A blessed Wednesday to us. In this specifically Lucan, or taken from St. Luke's version of the Gospel of St. Luke, it is always an SOP to give a particular nuance into the first section of the Gospel reading about becoming his disciples. Because the Gospel here, the version of St. Luke, is using what we call an Aramaic expression. And what is this expression? It is there. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, it is a very strong expression. Imagine without hating. In other words, we hate so that we are going to follow the Lord. But that is an Aramaic expression, or Aramaism, or an idiom, because in the context of this saying, we are talking about love. But the love that we have to give, that we have to show, is first and foremost for God. But for the Aramaic expression, in order to distinguish the greatest or the greater love that we give for God and to the neighbors, starting with our parents, because that's the fourth commandment anyway, the expression is, in order to distinguish, they use the exact opposite of what love is. So if we have to love God first, we usually say love parents and neighbors and others, our brothers and sisters, second. But in order to emphasize, the exact opposite of love is used. That's why hate. No? But hating here in this expression means loving less or loving second after God, after the love of God. So that is just a very tiny expression, pero if we do not have a background to this, daghan kayong mamalhin na relihiyon kay without hating his father and mother, and then the fourth commandment says, love your parents, love your father and mother, and it is the first commandment with a promise. And how is it to be reconciled? Even if we spend some time here talking about this, it's always a good thing. And I would like to repeat this precisely because sometimes we just don't care about it anyway until something is really, striking us. But anyway, this is the first step in following the Lord, in being a disciple. And what is the perspective? Just as the Ten Commandments are, again, divided into two groups, love of God, Commandments 1, 2, and 3, and love of neighbors, Commandments 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To follow the Lord has to begin by loving less, or in the expression in the Gospel reading, hating father and mother, because we love God first. God first, second, our brothers and sisters, beginning with our families, our parents, our fathers and mothers. And this is connected with one thing that St. Paul is saying to the first reading. Fear and trembling. Kinahanglang, dili na fear nga kahadlukan. It is reverence that we have to respect. But if you are what we call perverse or crooked, or evil, muna siya applicable kayo nga fear. Kahadlukan gyud kun dautan. But for those who are respecting God, that fear is reverence. That's why the books of wisdom would always tell us the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And what is this fear? Awe and reverence and respect for God. Amen.